Hey Fusion 360 team, what I'd like to do here is take you through a quick overview of the data panel. And the first thing is, how do you display the data panel? You'll click the button in the upper left corner of the Fusion interface, and that's how you open and close the data panel. And this is where you'll access projects, designs, other data that you've uploaded to Fusion 360. The first thing you'll do is set the active project. So if I click the name, you can see I get a list of projects I have access to, and I can switch what I'm currently working on. Next to that, I can access the members in the project. So if I click that, I can see the members that have been invited. I can also use an email address to invite other members to collaborate on this design. If I click this atom icon here, this displays the information for the active project in Autodesk A360. So this is where you'll do some of the heavier data management. You might add and delete data here, you can add members, or view other details about this project. All right, back in Fusion, I can also search the data that's in the project. So if I click the magnifying glass, I can enter a search term, and this searches all the data that I have access to. And what this will do is this will search the design name, but you'll also see I get this bike light, so it searches the components in that design. So bike light shows up because it contains a light bulb. You also can narrow the search, so if I only want to search a certain project, I can pick that project from the drop-down and then search. All right, in the next row, I can upload data to A360. So I can select files and browse my hard drive, or I can drag and drop into this window. You'll also set the project that you're uploading the data to, and this is not limited to CAD data, so you can upload presentations, documents, spreadsheets, any type of data into A360. This icon controls how designs are displayed in the data panel. So I have a list view or a grid view, personal preference and how you want to browse. You also have a refresh button, so that goes back up to A360 to check if there's been any changes. And then the thumbnails are used to access designs. When I right-click on a thumbnail, you see I can open that design, or I can insert the design into the active design that I have open in Fusion. I can create toolpaths or drawings, and then I can share a public link. This is very cool. So this gives you a URL that you can share so users can view the 3D design, or you can see you have privacy settings where you can allow them to download that design. If I go back and right-click, you see you have some other options to import a new version of that design from your hard drive, or rename and delete, which do exactly what they say they do. Finally, if I click the eye on a thumbnail, I get more information about that design. This also gives me an opportunity to open the details of that design in A360. So again, this takes you to your default web browser and lists information about that design. So I can look at versions, different versions of this design. I can look at some of the renderings that are there, look at the history or any comments that have been added. And we'll see as this loads, I also get a 3D view. All right, and if I go back to Fusion, you'll also notice that some of these thumbnails have different icons. So this is an image here. There's also the cubes, show Fusion designs. If you have toolpaths or drawings, those will get different icons. So that's just trying to give you a visual indication of what type of data is listed there. So that's a quick introduction to the data panel in Fusion 360.